Forget Hell's Plantations. Today is all about Heaven's Plantations. And composter. Yeah, still kinda need to build those. The farmers are complaining just a bit. And honestly, think I may just do this entire episode from the warmth and comfort of this magnificent hot spring. Let's construct at least one composter then, to keep the farmers off our backs. And I don't see this being a very challenging upgrade for Brooks to do. Plantation wise, well, that might be a slightly different story for Promise to then come out and do. In Hell, we set up 4 farms with 2 accompanying composters, which is 1 composter per every 2 farms. Sounds reasonable to me with the fertilizer demand. Heaven also currently has 4 farms, so at a minimum, we should probably have 2 composters too. However, at level 4, the farmers will gain a sub-farm build within them, which will double the farm count to 8, so maybe we should plan on having 4 composters. I've planned for 2 so far, so we'll just go ahead with those at least, and we'll see how we feel. Promise has picked up the plantation build, and it's a level 1 building, so it really shouldn't take her too long to do. Brooks has also picked up the composter's hut, which is a much smaller build than the plantation, so it should take him even less time to do. Anna is also working on the second composter, which then leaves Presley to do the mystical site. There is no way that's nearly ready, seeing as she's requesting in a few things still. Spruce leaf shingles to the Fletcher, and red stained glass panes would probably be to the glass blower if we had one, unless we can teach the recipe to the sawmill, which we can. Okay, grand. We'll still need to supply the red stained glass though, but all we need to unlock the glass blower is a level 3 smeltery. The smeltery is still on the level 1, so it's definitely something we'll work on. We do have a potential plantation problem which we'll need to solve. I did say that, similar to Hell, Heaven would probably only have 4 plantations to grow all 13 different crop types. Heaven does have significantly more space to work with than Hell does, so we could fit a lot more than just 4 plantations in. If we wanted, we could have 13 plantations, each handling 1 crop type each. Maybe a bit overkill? Then again, we certainly have the space. We could have 13 plantations handling 4 fields each, which is what, 13 times 4? 52 separate fields. 52 potential plantation fields. That may be too many. But again, we do have loads of space. Leave that thought with me. We do have a specific tab for plantation fields, and by the looks of it, we don't have too many choices here, just 8 different types. And by the looks of it, all of the plantation fields are on some raised terrain, very similar to how we've raised the terrain of this field here. So that could potentially complicate things. Yes, unfortunately, most of the different fields do seem to be on raised terrain. Apart from this specific plantation field, just for sea-based crops. I don't see that fitting in very well with this environment. We could though place it over here on this body of water to the north. Maybe have a plantation or 3 just for the sea crops that they can grow. We could build that, and a fisherman. Maybe a little harbour area over here. I quite like that idea actually. Another thing pushing us towards maybe having more than just the 4 plantations. Yep, again, just leave that with me. And there's Anna completed with a composter. Nice simple build, thank you very much Anna, and in fact, why don't you get your arse straight back over here and upgrade it to level 2 next. And I suppose we best hire someone into it. We already have Pedro, welcome in Pedro. And as for items to compost, I'm not really sure what Heaven could compost. What do you guys have loads of? Loads of cooked pork chops, mutton, carrots, maybe some wheat seeds. Probably will end up being just a lot of essence that we feed into it, if it can take essence. Which unfortunately it can't. Brooks is nearly 60% done with his composter build, And what I was going to do just after he had finished that was then move on to a new matcha build that we set beside it. However, seeing these plantation fields with the raised terrain on it has made me maybe reconsider a few things here. The initial idea was to build this matcha, which is going to come along with a new builder's hut. And there's the composter, thank you very much Brooks. But with the field being on raised terrain, it would be a pain in the arse to have to terraform around the place just to fit it in. And I would need to dig out to place the matcha in here too by the looks of it. Whereas if we were to put the plantation fields, say, right up against the road, does that dirt then pretty much lead perfectly onto this? Yes, the same elevation. So if we then got rid of the matcha, or at least moved it a bit further southwards, that would save on a lot of terraforming. And in its place, we'll then just construct the plantation fields. Okay, sounds like a plan. We'll just come by and pick up all of the house blocks, and for this plantation that promises building, we'll have it concentrate then on just making sugarcane. So we'll place in a few sugarcane fields. We'll give ourselves a little bit of space to the side just to terraform and close that off, and also give us a pathway then leading up onto the fields and the plantation. And these plantations, after we upgrade them and unlock some research, will be able to handle 4 separate fields each. So we'll make a start then and we'll install 2 sugarcane fields, I think. This is one type of field and this is an alternative type. Both look pretty much similar to me, but their job is purely to grow sugarcane, so it doesn't really matter what they look like. We could also do our own customized plantation fields too, so that we aren't always confined by these raised ones. And I do think it makes a bit more sense to place the new matchas just a bit further southwards, where we do have a lot flatter terrain. It's going to be so much less to terraform around. And this matcha as well is mainly going to be comprising of housing for our idiots, with the middle piece then going to be for the new builder that we'll install, and this will be the builder mainly for the agricultural side of things. And we'll finish this matcha setup off then with yet another triplex housing build, and one final housing end piece, another triplex. Promise is now 50% done with the first plantation build. We are probably just waiting in on some mossy cobblestone roofing. And I see that Anna is requesting in some rose bushes as well as some black terracotta posts. I suppose we could spare a few stacks of rose bushes for them. And the black terracotta post for both Anna and Brooks will be a recipe that we teach to the stonemason. Promise now has in everything for the plantation and we're about 60% done with it. Anna too is pretty much nearly supplied for her composter level 2 upgrade, just 2 more items. What I think we'll get her then doing is moving over here to build this house for the new builder after she's done. I think we had set Brooks up with that originally, but he's still working away on his upgrade at the moment, and we're only 40% done with it. Oh yes, I can see Anna's composter at the end of the line here, already looking so much better. We will need to come out and terraform a little bit, but that's fine. I think once we get that composter then to level 2, and the one over there still being level 1, eventually level 2, that will give us the 3 total levels we need of a composter for some research. It's Flower Power to unlock the flower shop, and also Rainbow Heaven to unlock the dyer. And both those builds will be extremely helpful, so I'm looking forward to building those. And amazing, there's the first plantation then constructed, thank you Promise. And we do have a worker in it who has immediately gone idle, so tell you what, let's get them being un-idle then, and we will teach them the paper recipe, all the paper recipes actually, as well as the book recipe, and also the book and quill recipe. And the last recipe for now will be for sugar. So that'll make the students in the library happy, as well as the baker over in the bakery happy. All we need now are some actual fields for the plantation to use. Was kinda hoping that Promise would pick up one of those plantation decorations, but we've picked up a guard tower within a house instead. Fine. And the planter is now requesting in 102 sugarcane in order to make a stack of books. Can you learn the recipe to turn nature essence into sugarcane? No, that would have been far too helpful if you could have. Oh well, I can simply do that for you. Yeah, that should keep them going for quite a bit here. I've just checked our work order list and I see that it's Brooks who's been assigned to do the 2 sugar fields, so that's unfortunate because we're still working our way through the level 2 upgrade to the composter at the moment and we're not doing the best job of it. I may need to assist. As for Anna though, she has literally just finished off with the composter level 2 upgrade, managed to do it being on this side of the wall, building it over there. Very, very skilled builder. And we have picked up that house build next. There's the builder's hut within it. Excellent. And I see that the planter is actually making us paper. Even better. What I think we'll do though is we'll get Promise moving away from whatever she's doing at the moment, just to come back and upgrade the plantation to level 2 next. And I see that Anna is getting in deliveries of pretty much everything for that level 1 house already. Exactly what we like to see. And that was Brooks just finishing off with the level 2 composter, even better. And he's picked up the sugarcane plantation field. We'll need to supply the actual plantation field block. But also, because we do now have the composter levels, let's unlock the flower power research, as well as Rainbow Heaven. And here we have Brooks out clearing away the blocks to put in the plantation field. Nice one, pal. With Anna right beside him installing the new builder's house. Brooks is already requesting in the plantation field block, which has a very easy recipe to craft, and I just seen there that we can also teach it to the blacksmith. So we'll do that, just so that I never need to. Alright then, Promise, what's going on with you? This was supposed to be a very, very quick upgrade. Why haven't we finished it yet? Just simply waiting on the delivery system. We will need to upgrade that to level 4 soon. In fact, we'll need to upgrade you to level 4 soon. Yes, thank you, Blue. I was just shot at by an arrow. We had a pillager just come into the colony. That's unusual. I believe Brooks pretty much has everything he needs and is just going to kill my dog. He is very, very fortunate that I need him, otherwise I would end him. But we are very fast, approaching 90% completion with this, so after he literally puts in the very last dirt block, we should be done with it. The delivery system caught up with itself and Promise finished off that guard tower and has now picked up the plantation to level 2. And this is quite a big upgrade actually. At least she's already getting in some deliveries for it. Anna is also 50% done with the new builder's house for the Machia. And I don't think we can construct this yet. No, not yet, even though we do have a builder in it. Alec. Yeah, didn't really quite like that builder name, so we have now gotten Genesis. And Genesis is now the 5th builder for Heaven. Anna is absolutely throwing this house up here. We are 90% done with it, so this will flag off any moment. Then what we'll do is get Genesis upgrading his own builder's hut. Yep, absolute fantastic work there, Anna. Genesis, get your arse straight back here and upgrade this to level 1 next. You know, if I could add just one feature into mine colonies, it would be to collate all the resource scrolls into one, or even into the clipboard entirely, just so I didn't have to sacrifice so much of my inventory space at the bottom. And while Brooks has been away, literally waiting in on just one more dirt block, I've grabbed out a few more grass blocks and fixed the issue. So he really should be back here to see me completing this field. And isn't that just quite sweet? There's Genesis getting in deliveries of everything already. Just some furnaces and racks to go. We'll maybe get Anna coming straight back out here to upgrade his house behind to level 2. That way we can then speed him up to level 2 as well. There's Brooks just finished with the plantation field. He didn't even come out to this field. Whatever, so this is growing sugarcane, that's absolutely fine. We will need to assign the planter the sugarcane though, which I don't actually know how to do. Just in case it is this plantation field that's broken, we will get Genesis. Oh, I would have got Genesis, but he's not a proper builder yet. Well, once he becomes a proper builder, we'll get him going over to repair it, and we'll see if that fixes things. And he is immediately out here to repair it. I don't think I screwed anything up by placing in some blocks, but you never know. There, it's complete. That's it being repaired. Let's go have a look. Nope, unfortunately not. Okay, this is a new one to me. We'll see what happens whenever Brooks finishes off with this second sugarcane field, if it does the same. In the meantime though, Genesis, you've got an entire matcha here to construct by yourself. Just don't do one of these, please. And rather unfortunately, even building this second sugarcane plantation field still isn't allowing us to assign the fields properly, so not really sure what's going on with that. But anyway, this has all still been a good day's work. New composters, new plantations, new fields-ish, and a new builder. Think I deserve a well-earned rest after all that.